This week, Motoring TV has traveled a very long way to bring you this episode as we find ourselves in Russia's far east region of Kamchatka, a volcanic peninsula that was until a few decades ago closed to tourists. This beautiful wilderness, as you can see, is a place of simply stunning beauty. This is our very first visit to Russia, and you might expect, surrounded by all this rugged wilderness, that we're going to feature a rough and just as rugged off-road bad boy vehicle. Well, maybe not. Actually, I would think this vehicle would like to become one with all this natural beauty. You're looking at the 2020 Porsche Cayenne Coupe. I know, a coupe should have two doors. Don't get me started.
The Porsche Cayenne Coupe is really an interpretation of it's really the Cayenne with a sloped roof. So we're really seeing, and you're absolutely right, for a few years now we've seen quite a few vehicles adopt the coupe nomenclature when it's not necessarily a two-door vehicle. Really the rear doors and the sloping rear roof, those are really the points that are different from a regular Cayenne.
Kamchatka is a very special place. It's very unique, and if you talk to anyone in Russia, everyone would say, "Oh my God, it's my dream to go to Kamchatka." I think it's the place of power, nature, and beauty, and you can find anything here, from bears and salmon, and there to the ocean and forests. We thought this is the place to launch a powerful and beautiful car as Cayenne Coupe.
It is very far, but we're really trying to showcase the fact that the vehicle is sporty, an all-wheel vehicle, and it's really something different, which I think Kamchatka is a great background for it.
Inside the coupe, it's like every other Cayenne, which is a good thing. Now, the coupe comes with 2+2 seating. Now, you can get 3 in the back as an option, but hey, this is supposed to be a coupe. Why do you want to fill it up with a lot of people? Now, we have 2 V6s and a V8. Which one do you think I'm driving? That's right, the V8 turbo. Although, you know, if it's my money, I might opt for the 2.9-liter twin turbocharged V6. Over 400 horsepower, and it still has that sweet exhaust note. And you know, I actually think this coupe could be the best looking SUV in the Porsche showroom. Now, back in 2003, when they first introduced the Cayenne, there were many people grumbling, including myself. What is Porsche doing? They're now building trucks? Well, 17 years later, the heart and soul is still the sports cars. But it's the Macan and the Cayenne that are making the dollars to make sure that Porsche can continue to improve the sport car lineup. And that is a good thing.
No, I was born in Russia exactly 50 years ago, and this is my first trip to Kamchatka because it's so far and now it's so expensive. It's absolutely unique place with Valley of Geysers. It's UNESCO heritage site, but not only, also thermal baths, so a lot, and the nature, wild nature. Even driving a car, you may see bears. So yesterday we've seen a mother is a little bear with a little bear. There are 25,000 bears here in this peninsula.
So the engines are really the same as what we're finding in the regular Cayenne. So Cayenne Coupe starts with a 335 horsepower turbo V6 and goes all the way up to the Cayenne Turbo with 541 horsepower. And the Cayenne Turbo SE Hybrid, which is strong with 680 horsepower.
It takes also 9 hours to fly from Moscow to get here, and not everyone has a chance to come to this amazing place. Actually, what I was hoping that people would come here and see it for themselves and enjoy this amazing adventure.
It is something that, of course, caused a lot of discussions in the beginning when Porsche came out with an SUV. Of course, our engineers wanted to be right. It was done for our customers who perhaps wanted to have a sports car but also had another vehicle in their household to just essentially go to soccer practice, maybe have a little bit more space. So really, that's why we came out with the Cayenne. And of course, it's uncompromised. You can take the vehicle on the racetrack. As strange as it seems, it is a sports car. Yes, it's higher riding, it's all-wheel drive, but it is still very much a Porsche.
You like the car?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's a great car, as every Porsche. Again, price quality, it's another issue, but I mean, price because quality is excellent. No, my favorite is Panamera, but so Cayenne is also very, very good.
Traveling more than halfway around the globe to launch a new vehicle to the media is not something car makers do often, but it shows how pumped Porsche is with its new Cayenne Coupe. Now, I know I've had some fun with this four-door coupe thing that Mercedes actually started with the CLS years ago, but this coupe version of the Cayenne really does look sportier than its sibling, and as you'd expect, it's a great drive. Now, as for seeing Kamchatka, Russia for the first time, you realize that up until a few decades ago, foreigners were not allowed to visit this region. But now a tourism push is on. And after spending a week here driving the Cayenne Coupe, we have been blown away with the hospitality from the Russian people. And you know, as we've seen here, visitors are quickly discovering that this is indeed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I'm old enough to realize that these experiences don't come around very often.